The record that Josh Papali'i breaks today for almost 20 years has belonged to Jason Croker. As hard as they come, but a proud club man, a devoted family man, Josh Papali'i now himself becomes part of Raiders royalty. We are underway as Latrell Mitchell supplies the kickoff. And it goes down with a hint of rain falling. There's more predicted throughout the afternoon. So he takes the tackle, Ford gone, Humner, short ball, Kalamatangi crashes in. The Rabbitohs score first. Tremendous game last week. And a losing effort against the Warriors. Good kick here though. It'll sit down, coming across Wicks, has to play at it, has some work to do. They drive him back. Now Veely for Sullivan, again looks to his right-hand side. There's some attention in the tackle.
The Raiders with the footy now up over the 20.
Ball coming free here, right there. See it turning sideways under the tackle there of Lachlan Hubden. That looked nasty. Out the back for Walker, floats it over the top. Here's Johnston, runs to the line for number 201. The big Papa Bear 40 out from the Rabbitohs line. It's Fogarty, puts it in the air. Mitchell tracking back with the ball, makes the catch, tries to spin away from the advancing Joseph Tarpany, who did so well. Starling looking to his left-hand side. Fogarty is there. Now Strain to shift inside their own territory. Young, another offload to Sungy. Borderline pass there for Chris. He gets away from Tass, back to Strange, and then back on the inside for Sungy. Continued assault here by the Raiders. Top of the Rabbitohs line. Strange gets out of a tackle and scores for Canberra. They had to get there eventually. Starling, short side, Strange, solo effort again. Just stays on his feet. 2 tries for Canberra. It's begin at their own goal line. Fogarty moves across to his right-hand side for Savage. Up against Johnston, they both lie. Johnston couldn't get to it. It's still there. Hosking has it. He plants it down. Canberra have the lead.
Well, he's done it all afternoon, chasing. Does all the little 1%ers really well.
At the 30. Last tackle again. Fogarty will mix it up, goes with a bomb this time. Not a deep one. Chris tapping it backwards. Young out the back for Sasangi. Brilliance from Hudson Young. They're looking for one here to potentially put this one to bed. Here is Paddy. It couldn't be. What a story. Josh Papali'i on the day he breaks the all-time games record. There's Paddy, finds Papa again! Oh, he's done it! Yes, he has!
How good.
He was 0 for 1 coming into today. Time to break his duck. To the left of the uprights, he strikes it beautifully. Ricky Stewart, eat your heart out. Leaving long. Josh Papali'i can do it all. The siren will sound here to end a day that will live forever in the memory of the fans in Canberra who came to watch Josh Papali'i become the all-time games record holder.
Well, Ricky, where does that rate in your coaching career, that sort of win and seeing that for Paps and being a part of it?
Oh, it's that'll be a memory that we all, will probably never forget in regards to what one of our most loved players and one of our greats has experienced tonight. So happy for him. I'm happy for him because the boys did it for him. And I know what Joe done this week to get those boys ready to play for Josh.
You overcome emotions and I think you had tears in your eyes when you saw him convert his own try. It just really shows how special he is to you and your coaching role?
Yep. No, he's more of a mate than a guy I coach.
The message at halftime, it seems to be the same. You just back your men. You're so confident that they can come out and do it. But the Rabbitohs put you under a bit of pressure there in the first, and you never sort of backed down from what you knew you were capable of.
Yeah, we spoke about how we thought that South would start. Want to start real strong, and we needed to start with them. But then, there's things in games that go against you, and they had all the field position. I think they had 70% of the footy, and they did the right thing. They capitalised on it. They did a good job, South, certainly in that 20-25 minute period, and put us under a lot of pressure.
It's remarkable to think that Ethan Strange is 20 years old. What he was able to do today in steering that side around.
Yep, it's a look. Our next 4 or 5 years is a pretty much. We should have a good strong squad. And these younger guys combined with guys like Joe and Hudson and Tommy and Big Red, I'll forget players there, but you know who they are. Those younger players are going to, we're going to form a very formidable football team over the next 4 to 5 seasons.
Joe, what's it like to be a part of this squad at the moment, where you are on the ladder, and you haven't had a bye yet? Spoke last week about the fatigue that's building this team, but to go out there and do that, and particularly on this sort of occasion, just can you give us an insight into that dressing room?
Yeah, it's just we've got a lot of confidence as a group. Young fellas are, making us old fellas, not have to work as hard. So they're playing unreal. Like you just said, Eve is unreal. He's 20 years old. I think Kay was outstanding, the way he returned the ball and his confidence. We feed off the energy that they bring as well, and try give them back some experience in the other hand. So I'm enjoying my footy at the moment under them. What
does celebrations look like tonight for you?
A couple of reds, a couple of beers, nothing too much, but good win, so Stick will be there with a big smile.
Yeah. Joe, what did it mean for you personally to run out alongside your best mate and the club icon in his milestone game today? Yeah,
it's huge. You get emotional because you see his family standing there, and what he's done for his family and what he does for his club. He's such a close mate for me, and I take parts out of his game and out of his life and apply it to mine. He's a great role model for young Pacifica and Māori boys coming through. So it's been great having him at our club, especially when I came. Such a good role model.
Is there any chance of keeping him, in the club as a goal kicking coach? I like it.
He actually does. He slots field goals as well and little drop kicks at training. So if we need him, he'll be in there.
And Ricky, there's been a lot of talk this week about Pups, obviously, but for him to cap off his milestone game with that try-scoring frenzy, what sort of influence has he had on the younger prop players in the comp, such as you've got your Atta and Corey Horsburgh? How much of an influence has he had on them?
He's actually he's gone to another level this season in regards to his leadership. And leadership gets branded around so often. Our leaders are leading at the moment, and our Club 82 group, they're my main resource, and he's got a massive influence on those younger players, such as our Club 82 players have, our members have. I'll tell you, and this is not emotional, this is not a rash statement, but our greats at this club, real greats. You got Mal Meninga, you got Glenn Lazarus, you've got Laurie Daly, you got Brad Clyde. You put Josh Papali in there now, and that is without any emotion. That's just fact. That's how good a player he is, and you've only got to go back and have a look at his career. If you had to go and pick the 5 greatest players that have played with this club, and I hope I haven't missed anybody, we've had a number of so many great football players in this club. They're your 5 greatest players this club's had.
So you had a couple of 100th games for some of your players as well. So how did it feel celebrating 3 milestones?
Yeah, it was great. It was great for Matty Tomoko. He did a good job tonight. He's under a lot of pressure out there. Latrell and Cody Walker, Jack, they peppered that side of the field, which they do every week, and we're working really hard on that side of the footy field during the week. Defensively, they did a good job tonight. A couple of tries went down, one try went down that left edge, but our right edge. But that's the hardest position on the field to defend, wing centre. I was really happy for Matty Tomoko because he's been he's been another character in this group we've got at the moment that's still a pretty young bloke, but getting 100 games. He's an experienced campaigner. He's international. Big Red, he's not celebrating 100 yet. He's got 2 games to go. He played a couple of games with another mob that in COVID.
So didn't have to.
We had to find a few players in COVID. So the Dogs asked him if he could play a couple of games for him. They were a bit short in the COVID period, and Red wasn't playing for us, and it was good to give him some match fitness. And he doesn't want to celebrate it tonight either. Today, I should say. So he'll be in a couple of weeks' time.
Do you think he's a shoe-in for Origin now? Be good?
Nah. If I was a coach, he'd be picked. But I can't see Billy. I mean, Queensland have got this culture of they pick a stick. They got this culture that they talk about in regards to hanging tough in tough times. So I think Cherry Evans will keep his position unless they're going to break their culture. They're going to break their attitude in regards to what they've been promoting for so many years.
Sorry, I was just going to say second sell-out in a matter of months, and today a lot colder than that Bulldogs Day as well, for them to turn up on.
Can I just say, can I just thank Canberra? And I want to thank all our community. I was never going to forget that in this press conference. I just want to thank all the Canberra people. We talk about it, how tough and passionate and loyal they are. Honestly, to come out there and respect Josh, what we did for what our club put on for the game against the Dogs here was an unbelievable atmosphere. But in those conditions today, it was 5 degrees, raining and windy. Honestly, they're the best fans to play for. And, I hear them booing at times, and I'm booing with them. I'm getting shitty too. When we're down or we're not doing well, I'm with them. But they're so passionate, they want to win. Canberra's a different place when the Raiders are winning. But I want to thank Canberra because it was an unbelievable effort by those people to be here today and support these boys.
Ricky, you've had some pretty big games over the last couple of years. Haven't quite managed to get over the line. How sort of important is it for the guys that to have such a big game and to get the win as well?
Well, I say to you, when you ask me those questions after we lose those milestone games, mate, it's not as though they're not trying. The milestone games. I said at the start of the week, just let me know if there's an excuse if we get beaten this week. Let me know if you're going to use the excuse Ricky's motivated us too much this week, so we didn't play well. Don't be soft. I can take what it is. It's a big occasion. We've got to win this occasion. When I spoke to Papa before the game about something, I knew I'd never seen a man so on. I knew we were going to be hard to beat.
Sorry, I was just going to ask about the fans again. They're riding a bit of a high at the moment because you guys are going so well. What's your message to them over this next half of the season? Jump on board and ride you guys home?
No, it's not. It's to be solid, to be loyal. We're not going to win every game. We're not going to win every game at home. But stick with us. It's a tough competition. We've done a really good job to now. But, and respectfully, like you guys, we'll lose a game or two, then all of a sudden you'll say, the bubble's burst. I mean, it was in your paper there about 8 weeks ago. Reality hits there's some headline, we got beaten. To me, it's, you don't see what we're doing. Are we going to get beaten? What are we going to say? The bubble's burst? No. Hopefully this is all about creating the next 3, 4, 5 years, what we're doing today. It's not about just this year. We're still getting experience. I had young Savvy go off today, and we had to play a back rower in the centres, and he did a marvellous job, Simmy. We're still building. This is not the end product by any means of the imagination, and I don't know where we're going to end up at the end of the season. But I can tell you one thing, next year we're going to be even better.
Tamale is a knee.
Yeah, they're saying something along the lines of the displacement of the kneecap.
Okay.
So it's not going to be a short turnaround. It could be, I don't know, be 2 to 3 months.
And it's very important bye coming up. You know, you haven't had a break all season, but how are you going to make sure that you keep this momentum going through it and off the other side?
Mate, if I could tell you now, I'm going to keep the momentum going and have a job for the next 20 years. I don't know. I can tell Joe, you can make sure the momentum.
I suppose in your eyes and Wayne's eyes, where did you feel like that got away from you?
Yeah, we started really well. Obviously got off to a good lead. Just before half time we started to lose a little bit, and then after half time we probably had some moments there we'd like to get back. And they're a good side, in good form, playing with confidence, and they took advantage.
Did you feel like that you could really see the impact rather in Cody, particularly in that first half from the trial, really linking up, just how influential they are in this side? Obviously then you lose Cody too.
Yeah, that's right. It was disappointing. It was great to have Jack back and Ty Munro back as well. So felt like we got a few players back, and now we've lost a couple again. So they look great, but where we go from here, we'll have to have a look at it.
What is the extent of Cody's injury? Groin?
Yeah, it's his groin. He said he felt it after he made a play there, and he just said it was feeling sore. So we just thought to get him off, don't make it any worse. So we'll see what the scans say.
Do you reckon the weather had any impact? Obviously, it was a bit hard. Football handling errors.
No, absolutely no impact at all. I think we play better when it's wet and cold, so it hasn't been a problem for us in the past. So no.
You and 200 for you was obviously not the result you wanted, but I mean, still really massive occasion for yourself.
Yeah, it's hard to sort of really think about too much now after the loss. Would love to get a win on the occasion that I had 200 games, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm glad and grateful that I've been able to play footy for this long, and still ticking along too.
Can you talk to Keon Kalamatani? Obviously, he's in the conversation for the Blues. He looked right at home there.
Oh, of course, Key's been amazing for us in the middle. He played himself in there. He probably liked to play back row, I think, but he's just too effective in the middle, and he's doing such a great job there. His work ethic in the middle is pretty crazy for how big he is. So I think he'll fit right into the Blues if they want to pick him.
Wayne is pretty solid. He won't be moving Keon there. It's pretty clear why. He is really impressive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's playing really well. He played well there last year for us as well. So I think he's content with where he's playing there at the moment and the impact he's having on our team. So he's played Origin before, so there's no reason why he can't do a good job again.